television. I'm Afton Dean, live on the Lynn Classical TV YouTube channel, bringing you Lynn Classical Boys Basketball as they give host to the Patriots from Revere. And we apologize, some audio issues to start as we went through the starting lineups, but we are ready for some basketball. And for Classical, it's going to be Derek Omoreggi at half court for the tip. And for Revere, it's going to be Ishan Moran. And Classical wins the tip. We are underway. Gonzalez quickly from the corner, front rims it. A quick shot from Gonzalez, wasting no time out of the gate. Classical looking to get back to 500 with a win tonight. Revere misses a three of their own, and they get the miss, and it's going to be Classical ball. So a quick exchange of misses to start the game. Omoreggi, Tyler Wilson, Marquise Avery, Jaden Gonzalez, and Melvin Morales out there for Classical. Gonzalez goes baseline, dishes it. And we're going to get a traveling violation. And that's going to go against Nathan Reyes, number 12. So correction to the lineup, that is Nathan Reyes for Lynn Classical. And he is a senior captain. He's gotten some major minutes over the last couple games. Too strong. Omoreggi tracks it down. Classical the other way. They go to the corner. Gonzalez thought about it, kicks it back out. Wilson kicks it. Omoreggi can't handle the pass, and it's going to be out off of Revere. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Classical. Wilson inbounds to Gonzalez. Gonzalez from the corner misses another. And nice putback. Nathan Morales doing work on the glass. Good start for him. 2-0 Classical lead, about 2 minutes into this. They give him the three. It was Hamza Gul for Revere with the miss. Wilson from the corner, too strong. Omoreggi, they're gonna get him for over the back. So Omoreggi commits the foul in the rebounding act. Revere will get the ball back. Both teams cold offensively to start this one. And Revere throws it into the front area right on the bench, almost into the lap of Coach. And that's Coach Upton. Revere going to show some full court press. Wilson calling for it. They make a dangerous pass. They got lucky there. Morales looking to post up. And we're going to get a jump ball. Near steal by Avery. And a block by Omoreggi. Revere tracks it down. And Wilson picks it off. Up ahead to Gonzalez. One man to beat. And Gonzalez went down hard. No foul. And all ball. Good defense by Revere getting back on the break. Gonzalez misses the floater. Avery, one man to beat. This is the layup. And Reyes, the trailer, with the putback. 4-0 Classical, all courtesy of Nathan Reyes. Corner three, off the mark. Brady Warren with the rebound. Up to Gonzalez. And Coach Avery calling for a timeout. Doesn't get granted the timeout. They kick it to Warren. He fumbles the pass back out to Jaden Gonzalez. And he'll reset the offense. Reyes calling for it inside. Wants to go one-on-one. Shot clock at 2. Shot blocked. Omoreggi tracks it down. And that's got to be a shot clock violation. The clock reset, but it is a shot clock violation as the ball didn't hit any iron. And Coach Avery upset with his team right now. Revere will inbound. Number 1, and James Claudio. Three-pointer, no good. Revere not shy to shoot from behind the arc. Almani Medina just checked into the game. He's handling the ball for Classical. Warren from the corner. Brady Warren for 3. Good start for Warren off the Classical bench. Makes it a 7-0 game. And Revere answers. James Claudio with a 3-pointer of his own. Up ahead to Reyes. Classical comes back very quickly. They missed the shot. And we're going to get a foul going against Medina. His first personal and team's second. Gonzalez gets in the passing lane, up ahead to Warren. And Warren with the lay-in. Brady Warren with a quick 5 off the Classical bench. And Classical on a 9-3 lead to start this game. Classical shuts off the baseline. Sandu. They missed Warren, who was wide open in the corner. Reyes comes away with it, up to Tyler Wilson. And Wilson absorbs the contact and lays it in, no call. Gets the basket, and it's an 11-3 game. Classical on top comfortably. They kick it to the corner. Long. Gonzalez, long rebound. And this has been a fast-moving first quarter. Tyler Wilson will try from 3. Short with it. Revere going to reset the offense. Shot clock at 11. They're going to have to make a move. And 1:48 left in this first quarter. We're going to make some changes. Jack D'Ambroso into the game. Jaden Gonzalez hits the back iron. D'Ambroso looking to push the ball. Kicks it to the corner. And Ramondon Barry with the 3 That's been the only offense for Revere, 2 3-pointers. And we're going to take a short break, but Classical off to a hot start offensively and leading it here 11-6 with 1:23 left in this first quarter. And we are back from the break. Classical leading it 11-6 here, coming up on the 1-minute mark of the first quarter. Classical moving the ball better offensively, coming off a heartbreaking loss to Chelsea, 53-52. And the steal by Barry, and all by himself. Revere on a 5-0 run to get within 3 at 11-8. Dangerous pass, and Revere picks it off. And then Classical tries to get it back. Matt Carrillo commits the foul. Both teams pretty evenly matched tonight. Revere sitting at 3rd in the GBL, Classical at 5th in the GBL. Pivotal game for both teams. Barry from the corner, Brent rims it. Rebound right to Reyes. Gonzalez, and he stepped out. Tried to make a move, caught it, and it looked like his heel was right on the line. Classical will get the ball back, barring an offensive rebound, about a 2-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Nice aggressive defense by Gonzalez. Ball will stay with Revere. Revere can take their time and get a good shot. And Barry starting to feel it here for Revere. Ramadan Barry for Revere. And Gonzalez saves it. And prevents Revere from getting another shot. So Classical off to a good start. And Revere goes on a little run. A 7-0 run to end the quarter. So Classical leading here 11-10 as we head into the second quarter of action. And we are ready to start the second quarter. For all of our viewers on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Give us a like tonight. And remember, we'll be bringing you full coverage of all Lynn Classical winter sports games this season. And also a shout out to our viewers on Channel 15 Comcast, Channel 36 Verizon, who will be watching this game at a later date. Revere in the midst of a 7-0 run. Classical nearly turns it over. And it's gonna stay Classical ball. Classical very fortunate, getting sloppy with it on this possession. They loop it into Medina. Warren for 3, in and out. Omareggi right there, hanging tough on the offensive glass. Jaden Gonzalez, no good from 3. And Classical with lots of opportunities on this trip down the court. And they come away empty. And with that, we're going to get some changes in the Classical lineup. Sandu, Wilson, Avery all back in. Omoreggi, Warren, and Medina go to the Classical bench. Warren had some productive minutes for Classical. 5 points, and he is Classical's leading scorer off the bench. And it's going to come back Classical's way. Scratch that. We got a foul. Late signal by the official. Foul's going to go against Marquise Avery, his first personal, Classical's 5th team foul. Classical has gone ice cold from the field. And 0 of 2 at the line for Hasman Gul. Wilson will try from 3. That's long. Classical very active on the glass to start this game. And they're going to get another possession. And getting rewarded for hanging on the glass. Sandu. Short range jumper goes. Sandu making the most of his minutes. D'Ambroso trying to work the dribble. Kicks it. Off balance shot, no good. Revere gonna get another possession. D'Ambroso for 3. And that's Jack D'Ambroso. Gonzalez quickly up the court. And we got a game here. 15-13, Classical leading it. Pass picked off. Gonzalez all by himself. Gonzalez on a 4-0 run of his own. Classical's opened up a 4-point lead here at 17-13. D'Ambroso, crossover, and then finds the bottom of the net. To loop it up ahead to Reyes. Gonzalez pulls up from the baseline, shot no good. And Revere the other way, chance to take the lead. And that's Revere's first lead since the early going. Actually make it their first lead of the game at 18-17 here. The floater goes. Gonzalez with that high arcing floater. And back and forth here. Classical regains the lead at 19-18. Very wild with it. Revere now active on the glass. Bedreau can't put it home. Up ahead to Sandu. Sandu will try. And that is Gershon Sandu for 3. He's got 5 points off the Classical bench. That will get him some minutes. D'Ambroso can't answer. And Revere having all kinds of issues from behind the arc right now. And Classical fortunate to come away with the steal, and then they give it right back. Bedreau from the corner nails it. Dominic Bedreau for Revere gets them within one at 22-21. And we got 3:07 left to go in the quarter. And it's back and forth. .307 left to go in the quarter. And it's been back and forth here in the second quarter. Pascal doing a better job moving the ball, as I mentioned. Marquise tries to go around the screen and gets stripped, and Bedreau loses it on the way up. So Classical will get the ball back after an exchange of turnovers. And what a fast-moving half. Just 2:42 left to go before halftime. They kick it out to Avery. Avery drives. Puts the head down, ducks, and lays it in. Nice move by Marquise Avery. Avery is such a great athlete, and you all probably remember that name from Thanksgiving. Running back, rushed for over 100 yards. And he was a big reason why they won that game. Avery actually a transfer from St. Mary's. Gonzalez from the parking lot. Literally from the parking lot. He was about 4 feet from behind the arc. And we're gonna get a foul inside. And that's gonna go against Marquise Avery. And they actually change it now. It's Gershon Sandu with the foul. That's his first personal 16 foul. Classical gonna have to be careful not to get in the bonus here with about 1 minute left in the quarter. D'Ambroso floater goes. Good half for D'Ambroso, he's got 8. Avery pulls up, short. Omareggi there on the offensive glass. Gets knocked away, and it's gonna stay Classical ball. And as I say that, Nathan Reyes gonna check into this game. Gets to the scorer's table just in time. Avery loses the dribble back out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking for a pick. Over to Brady Warren. Warren shot off the mark. And under a minute to play here in the half. Two very evenly matched teams. And Avery goes hard into the bleachers. Great effort by Marquise Avery. It will remain Revere ball with 15 on the shot clock. Classical with the double team. And Revere has 8 seconds on the shot clock. Tyrell Wilson will enter the game. Boudreau from 3, too strong. Nice tip pass out to D'Ambroso. He airmails the 3, and it's going to come back Classical's way with 21.7 on the clock. Classical has a chance to get the final shot. Marquise Avery will check back into the game for offensive purposes. Reyes out. Good defensive stand by the Rams. And Coach Avery calling for his team to get the last shot and go into the locker room with the lead. Gonzalez will dribble it out and gonna start making his move with 8 seconds on the clock. Kicks. And we're gonna get a jump ball. And Revere has 3.8 seconds to get a shot off. Gonzalez started his move a little bit too early. D'Ambroso at the buzzer. Shot no good. And that's your half. So back and forth here in this second quarter. Classical will go in to the locker room with a slim 1-point lead at 24-23. And we will be back for the second half. And we are back for the second half. Classical clinging to a 24-23 lead. And what a half it was, back and forth, especially in that second quarter. Jaden Gonzalez, the leading scorer for Lynn Classical right now with 6, and Ramadan Barry with 7 for Revere. And make it Jack D'Ambroso, the leading scorer for Revere with 8. So Classical will start with the ball. And Warren's pass is picked off. And nice defense by Avery. And he gets fouled. That foul is going to go against Dominic Boudreau. Good defense for Classical, courtesy of Marquise Avery to start this half. Marquise Avery will bring it up for the Rams. Warren for 3, in and out. He's had a couple of those halfway down tonight. He's 1 of 3 from downtown. Nice move along the baseline, everything but the basket, and D'Ambroso right there to pick it up. D'Ambroso has 10. Brady Warren misses from deep. Reyes sneaks in there for the board. And Reyes' shot looked like it was maybe partially blocked. Either way, going to come back to Revere's way. Omoreggi and Wilson into the game for Classical. And Classical going to go to that man-to-man defense. (25-24) Revere. leading it here. If you're just joining us, we're in the third quarter, Revere and Lynn Classical. From the free throw line, that shot was blocked. Claudio, nice move, but airmails the shot. Revere can't save it. They try to hit it off Marquise's feet. Sandu, shot no good. Boudreau kicks it to the corner. Claudio, along with the three. Another offensive board for Revere. And Ramadan Barry rewarded for hitting the boards. And we are about 2.5 minutes into the quarter. Classical scoreless in the quarter. Wilson will try from three. Shot off the mark. And it's gonna stay Classical ball. Hamza Gul knocked it out on the Revere end. Avery inside, nice position down low. Great inbound pass, and Avery doing a nice job solidifying his position. Shot too strong, long rebound, and over Reggie up to Wilson. Wilson with the left hand. And Classical regains the lead at 28-27. And a lapse on defense. Ramadan Barry left untouched. Not a white jersey to be found. Gonzalez from deep, no good. Gonzalez not having his normal shooting night tonight. D'Ambrosio to the basket, shot blocked. Avery with the miss. Coach Avery calling for his team to run. And that foul is going to go against Dominic Boudreau, his second and team's second. And if this is any indication of how this game's going to go, this is going to be a good finish. So do not change the channel. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and give us a like for tonight's broadcast. Could have got called for a travel there, doesn't. D'Ambrosio, three no good. And it's going to come back Classical's way. Gonzalez will bring it up. Classical looking to regain the lead. They go cross court to Avery. Avery behind the back. Nice move. Kicks it out. Wilson can't hit it. Gets his own miss. And they give it right back to Revere. Good effort by Wilson on the offensive glass. And then Revere turns it over. Backcourt violation. Gonzalez looking to make a move. Nearly travels with it. Gets it to Avery. They go to the corner. Wilson. Warren goes baseline. Nice move. Great up fake by Brady Warren. Goes baseline, uses the left hand. He's got 7 off the classical bench. Good help defense. And Sandhu said nothing doing. Omareji in, Sandhu out. Ambrosio loses it. Boudreau has to shoot it. And hits it with 1 second on the shot clock. Boudreau's got 8. 32-30. Advantage Revere. 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Avery for 3. Shot no good. And we're going to get an over-the-top foul on Tyler Wilson. And with that, Tyler Wilson will head right to the bench. Right after he committed that foul, he put his head down and signaled to the bench. He knew he was out. Nice move by Boudreau, comes up empty. And Avery looked like he got pushed. No call. And it's going to be Revere's ball. Boudreau for 3. And Dominic Boudreau failing it from three-point land. And you know what? This is a game, 35-30. Warren, well off the mark. Shot got deflected. Avery does a nice job cutting off the baseline. And then they find Osman Ghoul cutting to the basket. Nice move by Ghoul. Good job moving without the basketball. Avery gonna pull up, in and out. Ambrosio, nice move. And we got a jump ball. Reyes hanging tough for the Rams. And possession, Lynn Classical. Revere with their largest lead of the night at 7, 37-30 in a relatively low scoring game. Medina in the backcourt will bring it up. Wilson drives. Can't finish. Revere has a shot to extend their lead. They kick it. And Revere very fortunate to get the long miss. And Classical picks it off. Medina up ahead to Gonzalez. Gonzalez all alone. And lays it in. D'Ambrosio, it would have counted if it fell, but he front rims it, and that's how we'll end the quarter. So Classical loses the quarter to Revere, and Revere opens up a 5-point lead, 37-32, with 8 minutes of basketball left to play. And we are ready for the fourth quarter. Just 8 minutes to play in this fast-moving game. Classical finds themselves down 5 at 37-32 as Revere outscored them 14-11 in the third quarter. Osman Ghoul gets Revere off to a good start here in the quarter. Avery kicks it and pass picked off. The officials have had to ask several players to mask up in this game. And as we know, MIAA rule, all players must remain masked at all times, along with fans. And there is in fact a seating capacity here. Each player allowed 2 guests. Gonzalez for 3. And Classical's gonna need a few more of those if they have any plans of winning this game. Four-point game, 39-35. And Classical forces the turnover. And if you tuned in for last week's game against Chelsea, Classical was down and mounted a major fourth quarter comeback. They ultimately fell 53-52. And they're hoping for a better outcome tonight. Gonzalez will try again. Rims it out. Classical would have loved to have had that shot. Nice defense by the Rams. Avery comes away with it. He's got Gonzalez with him. And Marquise Avery goes coast to coast. Shot doesn't go, but he's gonna go to the line. And looking to make up some ground here. Down 4. And Omar Reggie heading to the scorer's table. Avery true on the first. Avery not having his best shooting night, but contributing immensely on the defensive end, finding other ways to help his team. This would be a big free throw to make it a 2-point game. And he makes it 39-37. Classical gonna go to that full court press, and they pick it off. Marquise Avery. Gonzalez baseline, shot doesn't go. And we got a traveling violation. D'Ambrosio for Revere called for it. And Classical gonna get rewarded for some good defense. And we're gonna get a timeout on Revere's end. So 6:13 left to play in the game. 39-37, Revere clinging to a 2-point lead. And we'll stay with you during this break. Revere sitting at 4-3 on the season. Classical just a game under 500 at 4-5. And both teams neck and neck in the GBL standings. Revere at 3-2, good for 3rd. And Classical at 500, 3-3, 5th in the GBL. Classical coming off a tough week of basketball last week, and they lost 2 games. They were 1-3 during the week, and they lost a heartbreaker, as I mentioned, to Chelsea, 53-52. Revere had strung together some wins. They were on a 3-game win streak before they ran into Everett, the top team in the GBL. So they're looking to get back in the win column tonight. Both teams looking to rebound. And this game has major GBL implications for both teams. Tyler Wilson will inbound for the Rams. They loop it into Avery. Gonzalez gonna shoot it. No good. Gonzalez not having his regular shooting night. And we got a traveling violation. Classical will get the ball back. D'Ambrosio for Revere. Guilty of a few turnovers here in this fourth quarter. And giving Classical all kinds of opportunities to get back in this. Classical can tie it with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Tyler Wilson. And that's going to get Wilson out of the game. Coach Avery not happy. And Coach Avery not afraid to go to his bench. Avery is going to reset, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Avery pulls up, and Marquise Avery in crunch time, big three-pointer. As I mentioned, not having his best shooting night, but making it happen when it matters most. He's a gamer. He's got 9. And it's going to be Classical's ball. Classical up 1, 40-39. And we're going to get a jump ball. And that possession's going to stay Classical off the jump ball. Gonzalez, no hesitation, in and out. And Warren keeps it alive, tips it to Sandu. Classical will get another possession. And traveling violation going to go against Jada Gonzalez. And the varsity girls basketball team filing into the gym as they had an earlier game against Revere on the road. Badreau for 3. He's got 3 from behind the arc. And that's good for 14 on the night for Dominic Badreau, the junior. Medina can't get the shot to go. And we're coming up on the halfway mark of the quarter. Revere moving the ball nicely on the possession. And they come up empty. And then Classical commits the foul. Good things happen when you keep it alive, and Revere gonna retain possession. Neither team in foul trouble with 3:48 to go. Gould's pass stripped, and Marquise Avery up the other way. Gonzalez thought about shooting it, gets a little bit closer, kicks it out. Jaden Gonzalez for 3. And not having his best shooting night. Badreau will try. Catches the back iron. And we're going to get a reach-in foul and a timeout. Timeout before the reach-in foul. So 42-40, Classical down by 2. Classical, plenty of opportunities in this fourth quarter. And not helping themselves from behind the arc. If you are joining us on the Lynn Classical YouTube channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and give us a like on our broadcast tonight. And I'm joined by our tremendous camera crew. And we got Victor, Derek, Catherine, and Marcus on the camera tonight. So nice work by our students. And if you're just joining us, stay tuned. 3:03 left here in this fourth quarter. And it looks like this one's going to go down to the wire. Revere leading it here, 42-40. Classical's got the ball. And we'll see what Coach Avery drew up out of the timeout. Gonzalez loses it. And we got a jump ball. Gonzalez dribbled into a crowd. And Revere gonna get the ball back. So not the offensive possession Classical was looking for. And Barry gets clobbered from behind. And Marquise Avery gonna make Barry earn it from the line. And he'll be there for a couple shots. Ramadan Barry with 11 points tonight. And it's been Barry and Bedreau, the leading scorers for Revere, supplying the bulk of the offense. Barry makes the first. And if he can make this, he will make it a 2-possession game. He does. Classical needs a score here. Big possession. Shot clock at 11. Classical's got to make a move. Carrillo kicks it. Wilson gonna have to shoot it. And shot clock violation as that pass was partially blocked. And the steal for Avery. And Marquise Avery. Big defensive play by Classical, and then goal answers on the other end. Hazma and Classical, Revere, excuse me, got up the court in a hurry. And answers here with 1:44 left in the game, regaining the 4-point lead at 46-42. And we got a game here. So Classical will have the ball out of the timeout. Time will start to become a factor down the stretch. Marquise Avery has been huge in this fourth quarter. He's got 11 on the game. Gonzalez not having his best night from the field. He's got 11. But a rather low-scoring game in this GBL matchup. As mentioned, neither team in foul trouble. So Classical gonna have to draw something up offensively. So it'll be Warren, Reyes, Gonzalez, Avery, and Carrillo for the Rams. 1:44 left here in this fourth quarter. Gonzalez will bring it up. to Gonzalez. Gonzalez kicks it. Shot clock at 7. Somebody's going to have to shoot it. It's going to be Gonzalez. And Jaden Gonzalez, big 3 for the Rams. Gonzalez having a difficult shooting night, but keeps shooting it and not afraid to take it in crunch time. So 46-45, Classical within 1:07 left in the game. Classical could use a stop here defensively. And Carrillo commits the foul in the backcourt. Classical has a couple fouls to give. And Revere will take it side out. Boudreau will inbound. And nice defense by Carrillo, big steal. And Classical has a chance to take the lead here. And with that, Coach Avery gonna get a timeout and draw up a play for his team. 41.7 ticks on the clock. Classical within 1. And they can take the lead on this possession. And Matt Carrillo coming up with some big defense with a steal on D'Ambrosio. That will buy him some minutes. We will be back here on Thursday night for the Lynn Classical girls basketball team, and they'll be in action. And we're going to get a look at the Classical cheerleaders who are on hand tonight. And they're doing a great job. And like all the Classical fans here, hoping for a come from behind win. Avery will inbound. Reggie, Warren, Wilson, Gonzalez on the court for Classical. Nearly picked off, nice save. And then picked off by Revere. And shot blocked, but the trailer, Boudreau, with the follow-up. One possession game at 48-45. 13 seconds on the clock. Wilson for 3. Shot doesn't go. And Classical has to foul here with 5.1 seconds. Wilson got a good look. More importantly, credit the Revere defense on the previous play, as Classical had a chance to take the lead. So Revere still has to inbound. 5.1 seconds on the clock, and Classical had a foul to give, so look for Classical to be up on defense and try to create a steal here. Otherwise, they're going to have to foul immediately with just 5.1 ticks on the clock. This has been a good one, back and forth. Classical was leading it early, 11-3. It looked like it was going to be one of those nights, and then Revere came roaring back, went on a little run as the Classical offense went ice cold. And it has been a game ever since, back and forth, but right now Revere leading at 48-45. And if they can make some free throws down the stretch here, they will walk away victorious tonight. Of course, Classical got other ideas here. Classical looking for a steal. Omoreggi up on Bedreau, the inbounder for Revere. Looking. And they finally get it into Gould. And Revere turns it over, but just 1.4 seconds on the clock. And Coach Avery gonna get a timeout. So Classical has 1.4 seconds to get a shot off. And they're gonna have to take a three. So all shooters in for Classical, I would imagine. Gonzalez, Wilson, Warren. Can shoot it from three. Look for one of them to get the ball here. It's gonna have to be a quick catch and shoot. And if you're Revere, you don't want to foul on a three. And we'll see what Coach Avery draws up. At this point, you want to draw up your best three-point play. I'd imagine the ball would be in Gonzalez's hands. So Classical will take it side out. And Gonzalez's shot blocked. Pretty difficult to get it up the court in 1.4 seconds. So the final score here, 48-45. Revere gonna take it. So we'll start with Revere. Solid night for Ramadan Barry. He had 13 points. And Dominic Bedreau, he had 16 points. He's Revere's leading scorer. Jack D'Ambrosio added 10. So solid night for the trio of scorers, Bedreau, D'Ambrosio, and Barry. For the Rams, great fourth quarter for Marquise Avery and really helped his team defensively. He finishes with 11. Jaden Gonzalez with 14 for the Rams. Off the Classical bench, Brady Warren with 7. Gurashan Sandhu with 5. And Tyler Wilson and Nathan Reyes each added 4 apiece. So Classical drops another tough one here, 48-45. And it doesn't get any easier in the road ahead. All tough GBL matchups coming up for Classical as they drop this one tonight and will fall to 4-6 on the season, and they're going to drop in the standings in the GBL at 3-4. Revere, on the other hand, gonna move 2 games over 500 at 5-3. They improved to 4-2 in the GBL and will make some ground on powerhouse Everett. So final score here, 48-45. For all of you on YouTube, we hope you enjoyed it. And I'm Afton Dean. A special thanks to my camera crew, and we'll see you back here on Thursday night.